Well, Gaffer, good result last Saturday. Plenty of positives to take away, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think when you watch the game back, it's sort of, my sort of immediate post-match thoughts were, I think, probably fairly accurate. The first sending off was fairly harsh. The second sending off was a Stonewall, and the penalty was a Stonewall penalty. You can't barge somebody in the back of the hip and leg him up at the same time and land on him and expect to get away with it. And we dominated the game. Yes, our finishing could have been better, but it's interesting. I spoke to Dobbo after the game. Their assistant manager said, "How are we going to try and get us on counter-attacks?" Well, we stopped them having the ball, full stop. So by not just slinging it in the box, we're actually stopping them from hurting us as well as trying to hurt them. So, like I say, I thought we controlled the game. We were much the better team. We were the better team with 11 men, and it was the right result. I can understand that certainly fans would get influenced by the scoreline. I get that 1-0. It's like, we should, all that. But actually, it was a thoroughly dominant professional display. We didn't succumb to evening the teams up, which can easily happen. In fact, anything, there should have been less men on the pitch for Gillingham because they're going around clobbering our lads in the chest and the jaw kind of thing. So, look, I thought we were thoroughly professional. I thought we were very good at what we did, and we deserved to win the game.
And our 5th clean sheet of the season, which I'm sure is a massive positive at the other end of the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, I'm pretty certain Christie's stats won't be very good at the minute because he doesn't have much to do in some games. But that's a credit to everyone. I don't think Christie's complaining, that's for sure. Like I say, I thought all over the pitch we were totally dominant, and we were well worthy of the result, the clean sheet, and the 3 points.
And I'm sure in a full week of training, the lads are all sort of full of confidence now and raring to go for the next game.
Yeah, look, we see training as a chance to improve. That's our sort of ethos, culture, mantra, call it what you want. Whether there's a game in midweek, whether there's a game just at the weekend, we want to use each day, each training day, as a chance to improve. And the lads understand that and buy into that, and this week's been really good. I've said the training's been really good this week. They've been excellent, and we've now got to take that into a tough test at Crewe on Saturday.
Your former club, I'm sure there's, it's always nice to go back there, isn't it, and see some familiar faces?
Yeah, look, me and Sean went to watch them a couple of weeks ago on the Monday night at Harrogate, and I saw the chairman and all the directors, and we had a chat for a good 10 minutes, and they've been doing well in patches, and they've not been doing well in patches, and they're that kind of form at the minute. But they're a dangerous team. When we saw them against Harrogate, they were very, very good. We know we've got a tough job on our hands, but it's one that we're looking forward to. So they're always a test wherever you go, whichever team you come up against in this league, and Crewe will be no different on Saturday.
And I'm sure we didn't have the best of luck last season against them. They did the double over us. Is that a little bit of a motivating factor for yourself and maybe some of the lads who were here last year?
Not particularly, if the truth be told. I know when we went there last year, we had no strikers and we were playing a 19 and a 20-year-old who were both on loan up front. You're sort of putting them in a not quite an impossible position, but you're right up against it from minute one because of the hand you've been dealt when you've got 5 strikers all injured or in the concussion protocol like Rosie was that game. So, yeah, difficult. However, the Crewe are a decent team. There's no getting around the fact that we've got a challenge, as we have every single game, whether it's home or away, and we've got to make sure that we match their endeavour, and we let our skill and our sort of how we play come out in the games, and that's the challenge as it is before every kick-off, if you like.
And I'm sure from their perspective they're going to be extra fired up, being 3 points off that final playoff place, so it's sort of not to lose track of that chasing group, really.
Yeah, like I said, I think they won the first 4, then they've had a bit of a sticky patch after, but you don't win any team that wins 4 on the spin in this league have got something about them. It's as simple as that. And Crewe are no different. Like I said, when we saw them at Harrogate, I mean, Sean, they were worthy winners. They deserved to beat Harrogate, and we know how tough a place that is to go. So we know this isn't a game where we need reminding of any sort of, I don't know, challenge that lies ahead of us, or we need any further motivation. They're tough games. They're all tough games, especially away from home. We're going to have a magnificent following again. You know, there'll be whatever 1,200 or something, or certainly over 1,000. And we've got to give them something to cheer about in the ice cream van stand. So hopefully we can do that. You know, I know in the first season we went there and beat them 3-0. We've got to make sure we do that kind of thing again.
And lastly, what is your thoughts on how good the support has been? I mean, more like you say, more than 1,000 sold, and it obviously helps that we're performing well. But they're so helpful and they push us towards getting results, don't they?
Yeah, I think specifically about the away fans. I'm trying to think of an away game this season. Is this the 6th or the 7th away game, something like that, where we've not took less than 1,000? We certainly took more than that at Harrogate, at Accrington. Who else we played? I can't think. Walsall we did, maybe 900, maybe just under. I'm trying to think where else have we played away from home. I can't remember. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday we took whatever it was, 5,500, 6,000, whatever the number was there, bonkers. Be that, over 1,000, 4 figures again tomorrow. On Saturday. It's just magnificent, and I cannot tell you how much of a difference it makes. Salford, there was, what was it, 1,200, 1,300, there's another one. It just makes such a difference, and I hope we repay their faith and their support with another good performance. Barnet was another, we took 900,000 there or something. So they've been magnificent. They've been absolutely magnificent, and we're hoping that our performance, like I say, gives them plenty to cheer about. And we're obviously confident. We're third in the league. Oh, third in the league. Fourth in the league. Sorry, fourth. Yeah, Swindon and that's kind of played the night. Yeah, and yeah, it could be another great day for us all, and we've got to make sure that happens.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, David.
Thank you.